Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everyone. As much as I normally show my face and not just my bulging eyes, this morning is different. It's not just cold outside, it is, good morning. It is bitterly cold this morning. And sometimes in life we go through very hard, difficult, bitter things like rejection and betrayal, divorce, being backstabbed, being lied on, going bankrupt. Sometimes we go through some very bitter things. Just like this bitter cold, it's not always this cold. Normally I can have my hands out on these trails. Normally I can walk with ease. Normally my shoes are sufficient for the cold, but I can tell you today they are not. They are not. It is only the heat that I'm generating. The heat that I'm generating by walking. Even now I gotta switch my hands holding this phone. And so sometimes we go through these bitter things in life. But how do you go through hard things and remain true? Remain true to yourself, remain true to your faith, remain true to your character, remain true to love. Have you ever seen somebody go through a hard and difficult thing and, they were just never the same after it? They shut down. They could never trust anymore. The nice person that they used to be, the caring person that they used to be, the good values and virtues that they used to have, they could no longer practice them. But I'm here to tell you that we got to go through bitter things in life, but we learn the lessons. We learn the lessons. The Bible says, be wise as a dove, harmless as a serpent. But a lot of times people go through bitter things and become snakes themselves. They get taken advantage of, and then all of a sudden they start taking advantage of other people. And that's not the way that's not the way we're supposed to walk in life. You gotta keep the good. You gotta trust again. And you know what? There's always risk in trusting. There's always risk in love. There's a vulnerability. There's a vulnerability in having friends. And I'm not saying to be unwise. We grow in wisdom. We grow in wisdom through life's experiences, but we gotta stay true to who we are. We gotta continue to be kind. You may have lent money to somebody, they never repaid you. You gotta continue. You gotta continue to love and within your means. Within your means, you still gotta be able to give or to lend. Don't lose the true you. Don't lose the true you. You may have tried something and failed, but you gotta continue to believe. And that's what faith is. That's what walking with God is. And I believe that when we bring those bitter emotions and pains that come, I'm not saying it's easy. It's very hard. It's very hard. But we gotta forgive. Bitter things sometimes are good for us. Some of the most bitter things are the most healthy things, but sometimes not the case. Sometimes bitterness is a signal that there's poison. It is one of nature's signals of poison. Certain things that are bitter are poisonous for us. And sometimes in life, those bitter things are placed upon us unwillingly. But we got to find a way to bring it to God, release it, forgive, be true to who God made us, love again, dream again, trust again, step out again, go for it again, and overcome those circumstances. The children of Israel in Exodus they were taken to a place And they were thirsty, so they drank the waters, but they found the waters were bitter. And I think it's called Mara. They called it Mara because the waters were bitter. And they cried out and they complained, and God instructed Moses to throw some wood into the water. And so we got to take those bitter circumstances to the cross. We got to take them to God. We got to take them to the power that is higher than we are, to Jesus. And there, those bitter waters can become sweet again. Your life can become beautiful again. After bitterness, after betrayal, after rejection, it can become beautiful again. After failure, you can succeed again. But we got to bring it to the cross. Even in the midst of this bitter cold, there are moments when the sun shines. You step out into the sun and it's not as cold. I want to encourage you today that relief is coming. God bless you. I love you. Open your heart. Open your heart to God, because the danger is, if you shut down, you can't just shut the bad out. You shut the good out also. You don't just close yourself off to what is bad and negative to protect yourself. You're building a wall that blocks the good, that blocks the opportunities, that blocks the new relationships, the new friendships, and it blocks the good works that you're called to do. So God bless you. I love you, and there is healing and there is sweetness again. There's beauty for ashes.